Hey everyone, this is Camfrey15. I'm back with another video, and it is finally back. The CW is finally back, and the CWDC TV shows are back in business. Um, so let's get it on. This is your Supergirl Season 5, Episode 1 review. I'm going to basically, really give the rundown of the episode and stuff like that. Talk about some things I liked and some things that I didn't like this episode. So basically, the episode was basically centered around, it was morely centered around really Kara telling Lena, that she's Supergirl, really. And that was kind of the main focus of the episode, as well with, various side plots of the Midnight side plot, the whole um the whole the news girl Andrea Rojas side plot line and stuff like that, as well as the Brainy and Nina plot line. Um Out of all those plot lines, I would say the Brainy one was kind of the weakest one. It was like some kind of really relationship drama thing and stuff like that. I didn't really care too much really about it. So it was just its own thing. It was kind of probably, I would say, in my opinion, kind of the negative of the show. Um, or of this episode, really. I really just couldn't get into what they were doing. It was like showing dynamic and stuff like about how close they've been and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, whatever. I could care less about that stuff. Really, the more important things are actually the Midnight thing. It was an okay side plot. It was just something to introduce really the revelation of John seeing his brother. It was kind of that thing. The fight with Midnight, it was kind of lackluster. Not too entertaining. She wasn't really that entertaining of a villain and stuff like that. So, that's really it. What I gotta say with that plotline of the Midnight plotline. But really, the main plotline of this episode was the Kara Lena, thing going on with Kara having the pain and the suffering of telling Lena that she's Supergirl, and then you have the Catco sideline of Andrea Rojas buying the company from Lena, and basically flipping the whole thing around and you know basically coming in and telling her, look, you're gonna play by my rules whatsoever, and if any of you guys have a problem with it, you guys can be basically quit or you're gonna get fired, basically. I'll say this, the Andrea Rojas character, it's not that I don't like her. Well, I think she's an okay character. Now obviously it looks like she has ties to Lena, and even like, ties to Lena from like, I guess, a possible dating relationship in Lena's past or something like that. They hinted at that or something like that. And, I'll say this, she comes off as a real total you know what. And I feel like feeling like, the type of way I was feeling about the one girl from last season. Colonel crap, what was her last name? Um Colonel Haley. She's feeling like that, one character which she can be like a total you know what. And Andrea Rojas and the actor that portrays her, or the actor, I don't know the actor's name. I'll try to find that for next episode and stuff like that. But I like her performance with this character. She's coming off like a total like person who puts herself above everybody, and she's like, look, I don't give a rat's butt about it. You're gonna do the way how I tell you to do it. And there was this one scene which I really liked was when Kara was like, when she found out that, Andrea was telling her, like, oh, yeah, yeah, I saw you did your article, but then I had this guy, basically rephrase it for you and redo it for you. And I liked the part. And Melissa Benoist did a really phenomenal job with this, scene of when Kara was basically, you know, telling her, like, look, basically, she was basically telling her, like, B, look, don't mess with my papers. Don't mess with what was writing, where I put my hard-earned time into making an article for this company, and you're gonna go change it behind my back. I love that scene because basically, Carl was telling her, like, back the hell off of me. Do not do that again. And I like that because that was Kara basically telling Andrea to, back off and don't mess with my work, you know. Because we know in the past few seasons, it shows that Kara puts a lot of time and effort into her work and stuff like that. Um, Another revelation we get, Lena was going to apparently pull a Spider-Man Far From Home, where she leaks the identity of Supergirl to the world. Um, but when after Kara tells Lena that she's Supergirl, to her face, which was the thing we wanted to see. Um, when she was up at the podium, she didn't, release the information, and that's what got the Andrea character pretty upset and stuff like that. I'll just say this: the start of this season, the start of the first episode. Oh my goodness, that was insane. Um, Jesus, when it looked like it was like real life, where like it was Supergirl saving the day and stopping this bus, and then Lena comes out of nowhere and then punches her. I was like, what the hell? And then they just shifted out to like a virtual reality, like training course or something Lena was doing, and I was like, oh goodness gracious. Um, you know, man, I'm gonna give my props up. Not only like I said earlier about Melissa Benoist lines, but Katie McGrath as well. Melissa Benoist and Katie McGrath killed it tonight in tonight's episode, and you cannot deny the fact they especially killed it when when Katie McGrath said her lines up at the podium as Lena, talking about the Kara stuff, and then when the revelation of Kara telling Lena, that she's Supergirl, and just a phenomenal performance by Katie McGrath and Melissa Benoist. That was a phenomenal scene. They both acted their butts off in that, and that was a very heart wrenching, emotional scene and stuff like that. And what Kara was saying to Lena, it was very sincere. Now at the tail end of the episode, um, it's looking like Lena's about to play Kara, and it's looking like Lena's not gonna forgive Kara at all. It looks like she's taking this thing personally, and she's really trying to make she's really trying to make Kara feel hurt. And I think we're gonna get that revelation sometime this season when, Lena goes against Kara's back, betrays her, and you know, that will be it of the friendship. The friendship will be shattered. And I've been predicting this, that ever since Lena Luthor came into this show, I'm like, she's gonna be set up. I always knew it. I'm like, when Lena first appeared on the show, I'm like, she's a Luthor. You can't trust her, because when she has that little spark of evil coming into her, it's going to consume her. And Lex was that driving thing last season that made a little spark of that evil come into her. And I'm calling it. By the end of the season, she's going to be a villain. I don't know how she's going to hurt Supergirl. She's going to hurt Kara some way. And she's going to become she'll probably become the main villain of season 6. And I'm just going to say I've seen this coming, that, they're going to start off to make you love her, and then eventually she's going to be a character that you eventually hate, because she's going to snap, she's going to turn on Kara, and it's going to be something so despicable. And I'm just going to say this. Now, we all know James is not coming back for next season, and this is his last season. I'm gonna possibly put this as a speculation. And one of my speculations is James possibly dies at the end of the season. Now, if he dies because of Lena, I think that's what takes it over the breaking point. And if Kara finds that out, things might go from bad to worse. Um, at the end of the episode, you obviously saw that Lena is having no ill feelings towards what Kara is basically saying. And it's like she told her AI system, like, she's just trying to make Supergirl feel pain, basically. And that's really what Lena's goal is. And that's and her goal is to make Kara feel pain and make her feel the pain she felt of, not being told that, Kara was Supergirl and stuff like that. And even I knew after, Kara confessed, and even after the podium talk about Kara and stuff like that, I knew I was like, they're gonna show one more scene with Lena, and it's gonna be where Lena does. It don't matter. Lena's trust with Kara has been broken. In Lena's eyes, her trust has been broken by Kara because her best friend did not tell her soon enough. And there was an instant earlier in the show where Kara could have told Lena that she was Supergirl, like probably in like the first 10 to 15 minutes of the show, of the episode. There was a part where Lena, where Kara was in Lena's office, and when they're talking about how Rojas was sold the company by Lena, and Lena basically said, "I basically bought the company for you" and stuff like that. And it's funny because it looks like Lena really does care and love about Kara, but after Lex told her about the Supergirl reveal, it's like she's hurt, and I hate to say it, but I don't think Lena's gonna be coming off this dark path. I'll actually be shocked if you know Lena gets off this really dark path and becomes good again. But I'm predicting it by the end of the season, she's going to be the next big threat to Kara, and that's gonna be really Supergirl and Lena. And I'm calling it now. I think, and if that comes to be true, like I said, if the way they want to end off the show, I would end off the show like this. Um, you know, their Lena and Scar will have to come to, have to work together to defeat one common enemy that's probably trying to destroy the world. And they're gonna have to come together, and that's probably when Lena will probably eventually have to make a sacrifice and sacrifice herself and stuff like that. And that's when they can always, and that's when they'll probably say like, that's when she would probably say like, Kara, you've always been my like best friend no matter what, even throughout us feuding and stuff like that. Um, you know, I really don't want Lena to go down this path because Lena in Supergirl, the Kara Lena relationship is so good and it's so strong. We've seen from past seasons their relationship has grown as a friend, as a great friendship and stuff like that. To the point, it's like I guess to an extent you can ship them. But seeing this and seeing that end of the episode where Lena's like, I don't give a crap. I'm gonna do this simulation again so I can prepare one day to face Supergirl. And man, it's going to be an interesting season to see where that Kara Lena, or really that Lena storyline is going to be going. Um, we still have no revelations yet of the big bad. I don't know who the big bad of the season is going to be. So stuff like that. The show also had a little cliffhanger with John and his being revealed, or finding out, or being revealed, his brother revealing himself to John. And then they show Miss Tessmacher at the very end, basically getting gagged and taken somewhere, and then it cuts to the Supergirl logo and ends the episode off. And that's basically it of your Supergirl episode 1. For a season premiere, for I thought this was actually really good. Other than the brainy plot line and the midnight villain, overall everything else in the episode was fairly good. Oh yes, and I also forgot to mention, James also had a problem with Andrea. Rojas, which by the end of the episode, he quits Catco and stuff like that. So yeah, it's good. It's interesting to see where his character is going to be going from there. Because like I said, it is the actor who plays James. It is his last season in Supergirl. So it's going to be interesting to see where that storyline goes with James. Now, one of my big predictions, I think from when I made my Supergirl season 5 predictions, I think I said because of him leaving the show, he might possibly be the one to die this show. And like I said early in this review, if he dies by the end of the season to Lena and Lena doesn't tell Kara that, man, there's gonna be a lot of bad blood. Also we get Kara's new suit in this where she now has pants and stuff like that. It was a good, the suit looks much better, and it was kind of about time that they finally upgraded, one of the main three, CW show heroes, and because for almost all the seasons of Arrow and Flash, they upgraded the costume, even if it was by like little tiny margins, and now we finally get and very much needed update for Supergirl in her costume department. Um, you know, like I said, it's going to be interesting to see where this Lena Kara relationship is going to go on. Now, the next episode seems their main focus of the next week's episode seems to be about John and his brother and stuff like that. So I guess that's a thing you can look forward to next week. But other than that, I thought this, episode 1, season 5 premiere was a pretty good start for Supergirl. I'm gonna probably make the video of Batwoman tomorrow and upload that to YouTube tomorrow. So you'll probably be getting another double upload tomorrow, in the form of Black Lightning and Batwoman. But I even thought the Batwoman, really pilot episode was a really good, start as well. But I will get more into that tomorrow in my video when I upload it to YouTube and stuff like that. But as for that, I thought it was a pretty successful episode, a pretty successful start to Supergirl season 5, and hopefully they can keep it up because, like I said, I hope we're leading to one of the biggest, if not the biggest, crossover of probably the DC TV show universe and stuff like that. So yeah, but other than that, as for my ranking of Supergirl, episode 1, um, I will give this, um, I'll give this a 7 out of 5. There was actually, I'll bump that up. I'll give Supergirl season 5, episode 1, an 8 out of 10. There was two plot lines I really didn't care about, which was the Brainy and then the Midnight plot line. And also I guess to an extent with the Midnight plot line, the main villain of the week was pretty weak, and she served no relevance to the plot. The plot was really morely about the new boss at Catco and really the Lena Kara's storyline. And that was kind of the thing that was the big thing about the episode. The Brainy plotline was whatever, and then the Midnight plotline was pretty boring. And actually, when I think about it, heck, I might actually put that as more boring than the Brainy plotline. Um, you know, it the villain wasn't good at all. Um, Another thing I can say, I guess the CGI on that dinosaur looked pretty bad too. I'm not really a guy that likes to talk about CGI, but the CGI on that dinosaur looked really not that bad, but uh, it looks like you can have an issue with it, but that could be just a nitpick. But other than that, that's really it for my Supergirl episode 1 review. So other than that, the next Supergirl review will be uploaded next Sunday and stuff like that. So yeah. Other than that, if you like this video, leave a like. If you want to hit that subscribe button to get more Supergirl content, hit that subscribe button, and also hit that bell icon if you do, so you can get updates to whatever videos I make. And then if you want to comment on what you liked about this week's Supergirl episode and what you didn't like about this week's Supergirl episode, go ahead and stuff like that. Melissa Benoist, she's doing a phenomenal job. She's started this season off phenomenally, as well as Katie McGrath. And I think their scenes are going to be, top tier notch performances. So keep up the good work, you guys, especially the Supergirl cast, and I can't wait for the next episode. So tomorrow you'll be getting a Batwoman and Black Lightning review tomorrow night, and then Tuesday you'll be getting the Flash review, and then Wednesday I'll probably upload a One Piece um arc review, which I think is the Punk Hazard arc, and then you know stuff. We'll see how the week goes on. But and then I definitely for a fact, My Hero Academia, you'll be getting a review after I watch that episode. So till then, guys. So other than that, you kind of got a week full of uploads. I don't know what I'm gonna upload on. You know, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. Or no, Thursday and Friday. Yeah, but Wednesday would predominantly be Arrow. But other than that, that's, fine as dandy as can be. But, till then, guys, it's me, Camper 15, and I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow night. So till then, you guys have a great night. Peace.